Do you want to stay up to date with the messiest drama on the internet? Or what about those crazy viral challenges? Then be sure to tune in to TMZ Verified, the podcast. I'm Wild.
I'm Steph.
And each week we're either breaking down the spicy viral stories or we're hanging out with the most popular influencers around. Tana Mojo is in the building.
I don't even know if they're hating. They're probably just telling the truth, but we love the haters too.
Sophia Franklin.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk, but let's be real with each other, you know?
Bryce Hall is here, y'all. Make some noise, people.
I'm single, by the way.
Right.
So if you like viral drama, influencer culture, and just overall hot messiness, check out new episodes of TMZ Verified every Thursday right here on Spotify.
Okay, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss show. Now, I think this is going to probably just be another random talk episode. So, yeah, welcome to another random talk episode. Honestly, don't know what exactly I'm going to talk about, so pretty much just going to treat this like any other podcast. Just think of stuff as I go on. But anyways, one thing I wanted to talk about, though, was and this might make some women out there upset, but I don't know, like, I'm not going to say like the pains that women go through, it ain't painful. Like the way that they act over it, I'm like, yeah, it has to be painful. And plus when they be doing them simulator things and men be freaking out like with the birth and cramps and all that stuff, yeah, I'm like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, that stuff, it does look painful. I ain't never tried that stuff myself, but just based off of seeing everybody else, like, you got people bent over, crying, screaming. What else? Yeah, it's like, the last one I seen, it was the one guy from David Dobrik's videos, Jonah, Nick, whatever he goes by, but yeah, he did the birth thing, and he was like simulating of how, like, of when women give birth. And no, I'm like, that, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, like, just based off of stuff that I've seen and like heard, yeah, it sounds painful. Like, you got like a good like portion of a human getting pushed out of you and stuff, and like, it ain't like that stuff be happening all the time. Like, that's what makes you like wonder, like, when you, like, for an example, like that Duggar family, the mom got like 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 kids and stuff. Like, does she even feel it after a while? Like, I feel like after what, like 4 or 5 kids, like, it just, boom, you just gave birth. You don't even feel it. Like, yeah, of course, like that first time, then like, oh, okay, then you know, like, it is going to be painful screaming. But like, after like what, the 14th, 15th kid, like, probably not even that high up. Like, I feel like if anybody probably experienced some pain, it had to been that Octomom. And she had like 8 kids and stuff. Like, that's some stuff I ain't never really, like, I remember, well, I mean, of course I've seen it. Well, I mean, like, I've, like, with her and stuff, like, I wasn't there, but just hearing the story and things, then yeah, I'm like, man, that is, but did she have a C-section? I can't remember. But anyways, back to what I was originally saying. Like, when there's some women out there, okay, that says, like, you know, that pain is the worst type of pain ever. Like, giving birth and cramps and period, like, all that stuff, like, that's the worst type of pain ever. But you guys sit down and think about it. There's people out there that got their legs blown off, shot in parts of the body that they shouldn't have been shot at, beaten like for a good portion of like a few minutes or something, but it might seem like a lifetime. Like, you done, like, there's some pains out there, and I'm like, it might be in the top 10, maybe top 20. But definitely, like, where parts of my body is being, like, you know, badly injured or, you know, something, like, I can't really, I don't know, like, freaking dismantle, can I use dismantle? Like, talking about a part of a body and things. Like, if part of my body got messed up, all right, in a freak accident, then, yeah, I'm like, I would have to say that probably will be a little bit more painful. So anyways, yeah, I'm like, I ain't saying like giving birth and periods and all that stuff. It ain't all that. Like, it's painful. Like, I mean, I'm saying like just in a point of view, like seeing it from people and stuff. Like, it looks painful, but I'm like the way people be like way some women be making it seem like you'd have thought they were dying or something. Like, it's gonna be all right. Like, you hang in there. It's gonna be okay and things. I feel like there's gonna probably be some women that listen to this. They're gonna be like, he has no idea what he's talking about. You're right. I don't have no idea what I'm talking about. But at the same time, like, I know I think, who was it? Somebody was telling me like their cramps feel like somebody is like stabbing them in the stomach. I'm like, well, you need to go see a doctor about that. Because that should not, like, and I'm thinking in my head, like, I know you have never been stabbed, or like they say like a knife moving around in your stomach and things. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe, possibly, that's how that pain feels. But, like, I know if you start getting stabbed in your stomach and things, you're not going to be all like, oh, I'm used to this. I'm like, I freaking have cramps. Like, this stuff is normal. I'm used to this. So I don't even feel this. Go ahead, stab me some more in the stomach. Like, you ain't going to be overall thinking that. So, we're saying that and things. So, yeah, I'm like, there's different levels of pain. Some might be closer to other different levels of pain, but pain is different, all right? And I don't know. Like, have I really experienced any painful moments in my life? I don't know. Whoopings. I mean, I've gotten some whoopings and stuff. Freaking, yeah, when I was getting whooped, I was like, man, this stuff needs to end. Like, what other painful things have happened to me? I don't know. Like, going over everything, like, I've never, like, hopefully I never have to experience a pain like that, but I've never broken a bone before. And I know there's, like, when they say, like, they've had, like, bones broken, like, I know it was the one rapper, 21 Savage, I think he was saying that he got shot in his collarbone or in his neck, like, somewhere in that region and things. And I'm like, dang. That's like that type of stuff, man. I'm like, yeah, that sounds painful. That sounds painful and stuff. Yeah. Plus, I'm like, you really like think about it. Like, I know women out there, they are like, oh, giving birth is the worst type of pain ever and things. I'm like, okay, well, would you rather have that or getting shot? Like, pick and choose. But anyways, no, like even pains like something like that, like getting shot and stuff. Like, I would imagine that's not good and things. So. It's yeah, there's different levels of pain, but yeah, I don't know, like I've had like some moments where I'm like, dang, I remember I got the wind knocked out of me one time. That wasn't too fun. That was something that I've never like really experienced before, but I know we were playing I think we were playing like dodgeball or something like that, and I was going to try to like save one of my friends and grab the ball and then throw it at the person. Overall, I was going to jump in front of my friend, but he turned around and his shoulder pretty much like when it touched. He's the only person in this world. His name's Patrick. He's the only person in the world that knows what my soul feels like. Because his shoulder, it felt like his shoulder, you know, like in movies when they show when the sword goes through the person and things, and then they just standing there reacting to the sword. That's overall how I was feeling when his shoulder like went like beneath my ribs and then just went up. And it just, whatever it closed up, it closed it up. And I fell down. I'm all laid down on the floor. I'm trying to get air. The one teacher, she was like, man, I remember I called her a racist one day. Because I overall felt like she was. But anyways, I remember I was like all laid down on the floor. I'm sitting there trying to breathe and I couldn't even breathe and stuff. She's all like, oh, you'll be all right. Not even trying to check on me. I don't even know if she overall seen what happened and things. That's why I'm like, that teacher, either she was a racist or she just flat out didn't like me. Because it was one or the other. She probably flat out just didn't like me. But I'm like, the thing is though, like, I never caused trouble in her class. Like, I never did anything. There's every other kid that was acting up, doing crazy stuff in her class. Like, her class her class was weird though. It ain't never had lights on and stuff. It was always dark in that classroom. I don't even know what we even did in her classroom. Like, they had me in her class. I was like, what are we even doing in here? Like, I honestly, maybe if I had to, I don't know, go back and ask her or ask some friends, like, what did we ever do in that teacher's classroom? Because I don't remember her name. I think her last name, like, the very last part of her name ended off in, like, Bird or something like that. But anyways, yeah, that teacher, she was kind of weird. She was kind of weird. But yeah, the day I called her a racist. So I felt like she was personally, like, just pinning me out to getting in trouble and things. I remember she sat me out in the hallway, and the thing was, like, the class was like, it felt like it's kids, it's elementary kids. What do you expect from elementary kids? You expect them to all be sitting down, being quiet, not saying anything, waiting for you to say something, or like just like some Children of the Corn type stuff? Or Children of the Damned, whatever, one of them movies where them kids is just not acting normal. But yeah, like, my thing is, though, if I'm a teacher and I'm dealing with a bunch of kids that's being, like, loud, crazy, and all that stuff, I got to find a way of, like, getting on their level and then getting them to understand me, listen to me, and all that stuff. But no, like, the teachers that I dealt with, I ain't never had no teachers like that where they actually tried to sit down and figure out what was wrong with the kid or try to reason with the kid and stuff. I'm not asking them to kiss my feet. I'm just saying, like, reason with me and stuff. But I'm graduated, so I ain't got to worry about that stuff no more until I have a kid of my own. Then I feel like, though, when I have a kid of my own, and the teacher calls me up and all like, oh, your kid's acting crazy in the class and stuff, I would definitely try to, like, talk with him about it. But if he's a kid, I'm like, yo, you gonna have to, like, reason with the kid and stuff. Like, I'm trying to work and do my thing. Like, I sent him there for a reason, to learn. Like, you calling me up for what? Like, that's why I'm like, I never really understood the whole, like, oh, I'm gonna call your parent and things. Like, I was that kid where I'm like, man, you a snitch if you call my parent. I remember saying that to a teacher. I don't remember what teacher I said that to, but I was just like, I told the teacher, I'm like, you a snitch. Just understand that, and you would not last a day in prison. So I didn't say all that, but I did call her a snitch and things. So anyways, yeah, I'm like, I know people, they probably all like, dang, Tyler was rebellious when he was out. I sure was rebellious, and I do not regret it. I don't regret anything that I did back when I was in school, because I'm like, no, some of them teachers, I'm like, man, you guys, like, y'all don't know how to handle kids. Like, y'all became teachers for what? Like, I'm saying, like, for those teachers out there where they're just all like, oh, we gotta call your mom in every situation, they don't know how to handle kids. I don't even know whether to call them a teacher or not. Like, you're teaching me about freaking, I don't know, what books do they be reading in school and stuff. Like, I don't even know, but we reading a book, and if I'm sitting there looking at the book upside down, having fun with my friends, and you're all like, oh, go call your mom. Like, you can't handle this situation. Like, my mom sent me here so I can learn, okay? Like, not having to keep calling, like, it's that type of stuff where I'm like, man, like I was saying, if a teacher calls me up, I'm like, yo, like, you're gonna have to handle this situation. Overall, don't put hands on my kids, otherwise I'm gonna have to flip that school upside down, potentially burn it down to the ground and stuff. But, yeah, you gonna have to, no, there'd be teachers, though. See, that's why I'm like, it's kind of scary putting your kid in, like, preschool or school and things, because these teachers nowadays, man, I'm like, if I had to deal with any of the teachers that I watched in these, like, crazy YouTube videos, like, there is teachers yelling at kids. There is one teacher, I remember he yelled in my face one day, and I brushed it off, because I'm like, I know you ain't gonna do nothing, so you can try, and best believe I'm gonna swing you down on this ground. But, yeah, I remember he was yelling in my face one day, and I'm like, alright, I guess, like, if you're that mad about it, then I won't do it no more. And so I just overall brushed it off, went my separate ways. That teacher was crazy, though. That teacher, I was like, nah, he was the football coach. And I'm like, look, bro, I'm like, I understand you a coach of the, like, high school team and things, but that stuff don't really work with me. That whole, like, angry coach, gotta scream everywhere I go because I'm a coach and I'm over here trying to had a high school win a game and two and things. Like, we got like, yeah, I'm like that. I don't know. I'm not with all that. So anyways, I remember it was him. What other teachers then? I remember it was like, I remember I had two. I think it was the assistant principal and the principal in my elementary school. I remember they both would have me in that. I probably know that, like, now thinking about it, I probably was messing up in school. I'll admit it. I probably was messing up in school and things, but anyways, I remember they were yelling at me. I overall just sat there and was just all like, all right, can I go back to recess and things? Like, you yelling at me all this, like, all you want and stuff, but I'm overall going to forget after a few weeks and just have some more fun with my friends and stuff. So, dang, what did I even do for the principal to be yelling at me? Like, I had the assistant principal and the principal yell at me. And the principal, that principal, it was at my old elementary, like the first elementary school that I went to. I went to this elementary school called Gatewood Elementary. And so I remember that dude was like full on like screaming at me, like snapping, going crazy. Tell me why. It was either I think it was my third grade year. This dude was on the news for sexually harassing the teachers. And you gonna scream at the kids because what was I doing? I don't know if I got into a fight. I don't think I was fighting. What did I do? I did something. And he was like, yeah, that teacher, he was like, or principal, he was full on screaming at me. And then 2 months later, got fired from the school for sexual harassment. I'm like, man, if you don't, see, it's stuff like that. I'm like, bro, don't scream in the person's face and yell at them if you out there doing some stuff like that, bro. Like, come on now. And it was like multiple teachers too. It was multiple teachers. It wasn't just one. I remember it was like multiple. And so I was like, and that was like the most boldest thing I think I could have did. I asked one of the teachers, I'm like, did such and such, I can't remember that dude's name, but I'm like, but did he say or do anything to you? And she said no. And I'm like, I don't know, like now thinking about it, the way she kind of responded, because she did kind of seem like a little quiet about it. But I mean, overall, you don't want to like really talk about something like that with the students and things. But I was old enough to understand. I was watching the news with my parents and things. I think it was my mom that even told me about it. Like, oh, your principal got fired from the school and stuff. And so I'm like, dang. I remember I seen it on the news, seen his face, seen my school. And I was like, whoa, wow. That's some crazy stuff. So I'm like, man, there's teachers that probably got dirt underneath their belt and things. And you over there screaming at the other students because they're doing something like pettier than the stuff that you've done and things, like not even like crazier and like, nah, man. I'm like, teachers like that, I'm like, bro, you can't scream and yell at my face and you out here freaking a drug dealer and stuff. Like, come on now. I ain't never had no drug dealer teacher, but I'm just saying, like, as an example and stuff. But anyways, what other teachers that I had to deal with? I remember I told one teacher, though, I'll never forget that. I told one teacher, this is when I was in high school. I was like, look, don't nobody like when you call my house. My mom don't like it. I don't like it. Nobody likes it. That's why we won't even pick up the phone. So stop calling. Like, it's annoying at this point and stuff. And so then what else said? Well, man, I should just go over all the rebellious things I did when I was in school and things. I remember this one. It was the substitute teacher. So the main teacher, she walked out of the classroom for some reason. All the kids, I was like, because I was a TA for that class. So all the kids, they all in there acting crazy. Me, I'm just sitting in the corner, just chilling and stuff. And they all in there acting crazy and things. And then the sub, she's like going off, like saying some old crazy things to them. And I'm looking at her, I'm like, man, she ain't no sub. Like, this teacher, I don't know what she is, but I know she ain't no teacher and stuff. And so I remember, I think I was laughing or I had said something or I did. I think I had to have been like laughing or I had said something. But then she looks over at me and she was just like, aren't you a TA? You're supposed to act like one. I'm like, well, aren't you a teacher? You should be acting like one. And I'm like, man, I sit down and I think about that stuff. I'm like, dang, man, what was I on? I was over there in school wearing, they should have known not to mess with me. I'm over there in school wearing black Air Force Ones, like walking up and down the hallways, listening to pumped up kicks and stuff. Like, I wasn't a crazy kid, but I'm just saying, like, I'm over here like, and you know what? The thing is about that song, I didn't even know about that song, like the whole meaning of it until I got older. So I wasn't. I don't want people to be like, oh, TMossBoss was a school shooter. No, I was not. I don't even like guns. All right. So, anyways, I just did a video talking about people need to put down the guns and stuff. So, anyways, but I'm saying like you shouldn't mess with a kid like that. That kid crazy. He wearing black Air Force Ones, listening to crazy people music. Yeah, bro. Y'all, we need to leave that kid alone. But, anyways. Like, no, I remember that teacher, her bright red jacket. I'm like, what teacher you know wears a bright red jacket to school? Out of all the jackets you had, a bright red jacket, that was your choice of wardrobe. Like, come on now. Work with us here. But anyways, yeah. That teacher though, I remember, I'm like, don't snap at me because you don't know how to control these kids. And then after I had said that, then she stormed out of the classroom, got mad, got the real, she was looking for the real teacher, overall left us alone. And so I'm all like, you know what? No, we're going to take this back to the elementary days. And so we all started jumping on the desk, flipping things over and stuff. And then we left the classroom. And like, I know people got about like, bro, I know anybody that's probably friends with me, you would not want me as a student. And I'm like, to my future kids, I'm going to tell them like the best way I can. Please do not be like me when I was in school. Please don't. Okay, be quiet. Don't say anything to anybody. If somebody swings on you, duck and dodge it. Swing back and connect. But yeah, overall, just stay in your lane. Son, or daughter, just stay in your lane, all right? So, anyways, yeah, man, school was crazy. I hated it. I hated every moment of school. I couldn't wait until I graduated. I know people are probably be all like, they want to like get older and things and like get jobs and stuff. Yes, do that. Like, it might be stressful, but the thing is about the differences between school and jobs, you get paid. You get money. And it's the same amount of time. Like, it might be a little bit longer depending on what job that you get. But an average job is probably the same amount of time that you had to be in school and stuff. So get you a good active job. A good paying active job. And yeah, overall, just work. And get your money. Start a career. Start a business. Do something, alright? But start off when you're young. Don't wait until you're old. But, yeah, freaking school sucks. I'm like, I don't want anybody to drop out overall. Yeah, get your diploma. Get what you gotta get in things. If you want to go to college, do that too. But, yeah, once when you out, you could say it. School sucks. Don't nobody like it. So, anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on the podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe. Harry Rich Setup. And I'm pretty sure everybody knows the whole SeatGeek deal. Yeah, if you are purchasing tickets for the first time, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss and it'll knock $20 off your first purchase. So, in that being said, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.